Alright, sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. We just had a few minor technical difficulties. We're going to get right into the action in just a second. Make sure that you log on to Kahoot.it on your cellular device. The code's going to go up in a moment. Join in with your Drew U login ID. Alright, that's the first part of your Drew U login. Alright, we're going to join in just a second. If you're not able to get in yet, you can still join in the middle of the game. First question has no points, so without any further ado, let's get started then. Today's 12 questions. Starting us off, we got to warm up. What's the primary purpose of the Arthur's Trivia Academy archive webpage? Is it triangle? There is no such web page. Diamond, to serve as a question database. Circle, to show professors who contributed questions and their videos. Or square, to allow players to review the questions for extra learning. This is a good one to think about because you never know when knowing the old questions will help you. Speaking of questions, here's a question for you. What's better than a $20 gift card? How about a $30 gift card? That's what you are in the running for today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I said, no points allowed to this question, but as I said before, you want to review the old questions. Little helpful hint for you guys. So, let's move on to the real game. Are you all ready? Let's see question number 2. Other than Italy, in what other European country is Italian the official language? Is it triangle, Austria, diamond, Switzerland, circle, Croatia, or square, France? Get those questions in quick, ladies and gentlemen, because we do not have a lot of time. You are on a 15-second delay from when I am reading off these questions. So you don't actually have 30 seconds to answer. It's more like 15. Get those answers in quick. And Switzerland was the correct answer. Looks like 7 of you got that one right. 7 of you opting for Croatia, and a 2-2 even split between France and Austria. Let's see a little video explanation about this.
Hi, I'm Professor Santoro. I'm an Italian teacher at Drew University. The answer is B, Switzerland. Italian is one of the 4 official languages of Switzerland, together with French, German, and Romansh, and it's spoken by 350,000 people.
You learn something new every day, huh? Let's take a look at our leaderboard. Looks like C. Bosch was able to answer the quickest, sitting up at a cozy 873. Don't worry if you didn't get this one right. We got a good amount of questions for you today. Like I said, this is going to be a nice long quiz for a nice big prize. Moving on, question 3. How many times does the word education appear in the U.S. Constitution? Is it triangle 0, diamond 5, circle 10, or square 25? And 6 of you with the correct answer of 0. 7 of you opting for 10, and an even 3-3 split between 5 and 25. But why does the word education not appear in the Constitution? Fun fact, it is because education is a matter reserved for the states. Okay? Moving on, let's see our leaderboard. G. Wood up top, 1773. I'm feeling a slight rerun of last game, but don't count yourself out yet. Even if you didn't get any of them right, we got more questions coming to you. Speaking of more questions, let's check out question 4. When was HDR, high dynamic range, concept in photography invented? Was it triangle, 1903, diamond, 1730, circle, 1927, or square, 1855? HDR. Nice job. The 5 of you who got that one right with 1855. Most of you opting for 1927, but don't feel bad if you got that one right. I know that I'm sounding like a broken record here, but we got a lot of questions. Speaking of things we got a lot of, here's some information that you're going to learn.
I'm Rory Mulligan. I'm a photography professor in the visual arts department, and the concept of HDR, or high dynamic range photography, was actually invented around 1855 by Gustave Le Gray. You can see the earliest example in a photograph of his called The Brig. And what he did essentially was take 2 negatives, one exposed for the sky, one exposed for the darker sea, and then combined them into a single print so that there was a perfect exposure for the sky and one for the darker sea. Because this can't be captured, especially in the 19th century with that technology, the contrast between the sea and the sky. So even though it's something that you see on your iPhone, it's become a very common function. It actually dates back nearly 170 years.
I think that's interesting. 170 years we were taking pictures? Ain't technology just the darndest? Let's take a look at that leaderboard. G. Wood, 1773, same as last time. We got some new up-and-comers in the top 5, so congratulations if you see your name up there. Let's keep on pushing on question number 5. How does the Bureau of Labor Statistics calculate the unemployment rate in the United States? Is it triangle, number of people unemployed divided by the U.S. population, Diamond, labor force divided by working age civilian non-institutional population. Circle, unemployment number divided by working age civilian non-institutional population. Or square, number of people unemployed divided by the labor force. And it was square. The number of people that are unemployed divided by the labor force. Most of you guys getting that one right. Few of you picking diamond. That's probably what I would have picked. So you're in good company. Let's take a look at a video explanation for that question.
Hi, I'm Professor Chi in the economics department. I teach econometrics, labor, and introductory economics. So back to our question. How will the Bureau of Labor Statistics calculate the unemployment rate in the United States? For that question, the entire US population isn't really relevant because not everybody is eligible to work. So I have to first think about working age civilian non-institutional population. Non-institutional meaning people in prison or senior homes or hospitals that are not part of these. And out of these, part of the non-institutional population decides not to participate in the labor market. For example, if you are going for a master's degree, right? So you're not actively looking for work. Now, at the end, it's going to be number of people unemployed divided by the labor force. So the labor force is the number of people unemployed plus number of people employed.
Well, ain't that something? Let's take a look at the leaderboard. T. Villancourt in first place now with 2685. I kind of miss the days when first place was one syllable long last names, but test me on my pronunciation. That's what they pay me the big bucks for. Let's see, question number 6. Hope you read your Drew Today, because here's the Drew Today question. Which is false regarding the An Introduction to WordPress workshop? Is it triangle? You can create your own domain, a website that's all yours. Diamond. It's a part of Drew's Digital Humanities project. Circle. No sign up required for the 2 workshops on the 13th and the 18th of April. Or square. It is open to all students, faculty, and staff. Remember, you are picking which one is incorrect. That means that 3 of these fantastic options are correct. Let's see what they are. The incorrect one was circle. No sign up required for the 2 workshops on the 13th and the 18th. That means if you are interested in going to An Introduction to WordPress, the workshop, you should sign up because those days are coming up fast, and that is not something you want to miss. 7 of you getting that one correct. 7 of you opting for you can create your own domain, a website that's all yours. And none of you went for it's open to all students, faculty, and staff. You all knew that that one was actually correct. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. T. Villancourt still staying up there, 2685. D. Robbins steadily approaching. Oh boy, we got a race going, ladies and gentlemen. And what's a race without a question 7? Not the best transition, but let's see it. Which of the following is correct? Oh boy. In the book They Say, I Say, The Moves That Matter in Academic Writing, Graf and Birkenstein teach us that it is best to think of academic writing as a triangle, conversation, diamond, game, circle, campaign speech, or square, debate. Get those answers in. Twelve of you getting that one right with conversation, 4 of you opting for debate, and 1 of you opting for game. Let's take a look at a video explanation of the answer.
So the answer is A, conversation, because in a piece of academic writing you're having a dialogue or a back and forth with all of the sources that you're using, the other writers. So you're having a conversation with the other writers and their ideas, as opposed to debating with them or playing a game or something else. And I'm Liz Kimball.
I'm sure most of you astute listeners just kind of picked up that They Say, I Say just kind of sounds like the definition of a conversation and picked that as your answer. So good on you for getting that one right. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. D. Robbins, first place. Ooh, we got a race though. Let's see what's going to happen in this next question. That is just a few seconds of discrepancy between first and second place. And on to question 8. Who was the first emperor of the Roman Empire? Was it Triangle, Augustus, Diamond, Julius Caesar, Circle, Octavian, or Square, Romulus? Get those answers in quick if you want those bonus points. Alright, we couldn't trip you up with that one. Turns out there were 2 correct answers. Both Augustus and Octavian were the correct answers. A little fun fact for you guys. The first Roman emperor was Augustus, but his other name is Octavian. To those 5 of you who picked Julius Caesar, he was not even an emperor, even though all future emperors took the name of Caesar. Those of you who picked Romulus, you must have just read the story of Romulus and Remus and picked up on the name. It's a fun one to say. I don't blame you. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And we've got some movement. Arla Roca up in first place, breaking the 4,000 point barrier by a good amount. But that's only one question away. Even if you are down 1,000 points, that's just one question, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing that is stopping you from winning here. Moving on to question 9. Which poor letter is left out from the periodic table? Is it D, Q, X, or J? For those of you who don't know, the periodic table of elements contains all the chemical elements that comprise our universe. They're designated by letter symbols like H, He, Li, Be, etc. But one letter, and only one, is left out. Do you know which one it is? Which of these poor letters is nowhere to be found in the periodic table? The correct answer, of course, is J, with an astounding 13 of you getting that one correct. 3 of you picking Q, 1 of you picking X. Let's just pull this baby up real quick. Look at that. That's a periodic table of elements if I've ever seen one. I don't see any J's though. See some Q's? There's a D right there. Look at that. There's an X right in the noble gases. Ain't science just interesting? Moving on. Let's see our leaderboard. Arla Roca got that one right. 59-56, sitting in first place. We got some movement up in the top 5. Don't worry, we got more questions coming your way. Congrats on the 4 answer streak there too, S. Lindberger. Nice job. Moving on. Question 10. What nationality was the first woman to graduate from a university in the world? Was she French? Was she British? Was she Italian? Or was she German? Get those answers in quick if you want to get the bonus points. The correct answer was, in fact, Italian, with 5 of you picking that, 7 of you opting for British, 4 of you for German, 2 of you for French. I believe that she graduated from the University of Padua in 1678. You can find nice paintings of her in the library of Vassar College and at the University of Pittsburgh, for those of you art buffs out there. Or for those of you who just really appreciate the fact that the first woman to graduate from a university in the world was Italian. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, huh? Arla Roca still up there, 59-56. But Jay Gianna coming up close. This is a 200-point race. Don't feel bad if you're not up there yet, because we still have another question for you. Anyone in the top 5 right now could win. I can't see the 6. Maybe you guys are all just a few points behind. Regardless, try to answer them correct. They're fun. Let's move on to the next question. Question 11. If a government wants to maximize revenues from imposing a tax, it should: Triangle, impose it on sellers; Diamond, impose it on consumers; Circle, choose a good with a relatively elastic demand; or Square, choose a good with a relatively inelastic demand. Get those answers in. 8 of you getting that one right. Choosing a good with a relatively inelastic demand. An even 4-4 split on impose it on consumers, and choosing a good with a relatively inelastic demand, while 3 of you opted for imposing it on sellers. Thankfully, I don't have to show my ignorance on the topic because we got a video for you right now.
Okay, so the answer is D. The reason is that tax revenue equals tax multiplied quantity sold. Whenever you impose a tax on some goods, the quantity sold will be decreased. It's just when you impose the tax on the good that has inelastic demand, the reduction of quantity sold will not be too much. However, if you impose a tax on the goods that has elastic demand, the reduction of quantity sold will be a lot. So, in order to maximize revenue, you should impose tax on a good that has inelastic demand, such as alcohol or cigarettes. Okay, so I hope you understand more about this question now. My name is Chen Yang Xu, and I'm from the economics department. Okay, I teach microeconomics and environmental economics. Thank you.
And I'm sure you do know more about the topic now, thanks to that thorough explanation. Wonderfully shot as well. Let's stop stalling and look at the leaderboard. Arla Roca got that one right, 67.49, and E Lebo at 61.93. Unless your name is just Elbow and that's what you put down, but if it is, then we have no way to contact the winner. Speaking of the winner, let's find out who it's going to be after this. The final question. Question 12. Which academic department contributed the most questions and videos to Arthur's Trivia Academy? Was it Triangle, the Psychology Department, Diamond, the Art Department, Circle, the English Department, or Square, the Business and Econ Department? It was, in fact, the Psychology Department. 8 of you opting for Business and Econ, but the Psychology Department contributed 5 total questions and videos. Art did 4, English did 4, and Business and Econ did 3. French and Italian also did 3. So big thanks to all the academic departments for providing the questions. We couldn't do it without you, because then we wouldn't have questions, and what kind of a trivia show has no questions? Let's see the final standings. In 3rd place, we have Jay Gianna. In 2nd place, Arla Roca. And in 1st, coming out of nowhere, we have E Lebo / Elbow. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for your winners, for your top 3, and for all of your friends who didn't quite make it, but still put in their best effort. Now, before we go, just a few parting words. First off, a big thank you to all of you for joining us on our penultimate episode. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, and then the day after that is Thursday when we're going to have our next show. Big helpful piece of advice I could offer you: make sure you go back onto our website, kind of get a feel for the types of questions you're going to see, because you do not want to get this one incorrect. It's going to be a great, fun trivia experience. Secondly, follow our Instagram, as we have linked. No, we don't have a link below. Follow our Instagram if you want a chance to get round-trip tickets to New York. I know I want to. Make sure you thank all of your professors who are giving these wonderful questions, these wonderful explanations. Yeah, see you guys Thursday. Same time, same channel. Maybe you'll be a winner. Who knows?